What's up, guys? All right, let's talk about some money, right? That's what everyone wants to talk about. So, today, I want to talk to you guys about interest, actually, not just money. So, I wanted to give you guys 5 basics to loan interest, because when people are taking out lines of debt, where they have an open line of debt, or they're taking on a loan, or they already have existing loan, they really don't understand how interest is playing a role in that amount that they've borrowed or plan to borrow. It's by far the biggest factor in the decision-making process to take on new debt or on how to manage their existing debt. So what is interest? What even is it, right? Interest is essentially the cost of borrowing the money. It's normally expressed as a percentage based on the overall loan. So you have the amount that you borrowed, which is also known as the principal, and then you have the cost of borrowing that money, which is known as interest. All different types of loans have different options for you to choose from, but you as the borrower are going to look at your credit score, financial health, and the overall life plan that you have, and that's going to dictate which version or which option you choose based off whatever loan you're looking at. So mortgage, auto, if you're going to open up a new credit card, stuff like that, right? So in future videos, I'm going to reference some of these terms, so I wanted to go over the basics today, so that way we would all be on the same page. All right, you have fixed rate and variable rate interest. Fixed rate is kind of exactly what it sounds like. You want to take out X amount of dollars, and the lender's going to say, hey, we're going to charge you this percentage rate over this amount of time, and then you guys ink the deal, and you're done. So if you borrow $1,000 at 5% per annual, and you pay the loan off in 12 months, you're going to end up paying back $1,050 because that 5%, right? So that's the cost of you borrowing that money. Typically fixed rates have a little bit higher of an interest rate just because there's no market sway involved and it's easy to calculate. And most people normally want a fixed rate unless they think that there's going to be a market downtrend or whatnot. So most common are mortgages, auto loans, student debt, and personal loans. All right, variable rate interest. This can be dangerous based off what kind of loan you're looking at, the length of the loan, and stuff like that. So a variable rate fluctuates with whatever the market deems the interest rates should be. So there's a lot of metrics that go into figuring out what that rate should be per month or per quarter or per year or whatnot. But the lender's going to look at a lot of different factors, and they're going to figure out, hey, this is the new rate, and you will pay that new rate because you have a variable rate loan. What normally attracts people to this is because they think that they know what's coming up in the market, or it's a shorter loan, and they're like, oh, well, I can get this loan paid off before it fluctuates or goes up or whatnot. So sometimes people will go with that, or they have a low credit score, and a lender will only give them a variable rate interest loan. So sometimes those are known as subprime loans or mortgages or whatnot. Some of the most common variable rates are credit cards or promotional loans, where it's like, hey, 2% for the first 2 years, and then for the remaining 8 years, you go to a variable rate, and who knows, it goes from 2% to 5 or 6%. So you can really get screwed later on down the road if you don't know what you're kind of looking for. So with variable rates, it comes with an APR, or an annual percentage rate, and it's basically the cost of the entire loan based on a yearly metric. A lot of times fees or admin fees or whatever transaction fees get rolled up into an APR. And for you as the borrower, if you want to calculate your APR or your month-to-month interest based on your APR, you essentially will take whatever percentage, let's say 20%, you divide that by 365, and that gives you your daily interest percentage. So if it's a 30-day month, you take that times whatever total you have, whatever total balance you have, and that will end up being your monthly APR. So yeah, moving on. Next, we have simple interest and compounding interest. So simple interest is also known as nominal interest. It's very simple. So basically you just take the principal, whatever that is, the amount that you borrowed, right? And you times it by whatever percentage that your interest rate is. And that's how you calculate your simple interest. Many loans use simple interest to pay them back, doing monthly installments. The big thing with this is that they're normally amortizing that loan. So that basically means that they'll give you a set rate over a certain period of time, and you'll pay back the interest, the majority of the interest first. So a lot of these are mortgages, auto loans, or short-term personal loans. So let's kind of take a mortgage, for example, for amortization. You got a 30-year loan, X amount of dollars at X percentage rate. And you're making the same monthly payment every single month without fail, right? However, at the beginning, you're paying 50% interest, 50% principal, right? And then 2 years later, you're paying 40% interest, 60% principal. So you can see at the beginning, you're paying more interest. And they do that because the lender wants to get their money first. Because they don't know what it's going to look like 30 years down the road. They don't know if you're going to win the lotto or get a better job or whatnot, right? So they want their money first. So if you pay, let's say, $1,000 extra 1 month, well, not only are you not paying interest on that $1,000, but going forward, all the other payments, you're going to pay more principal and less interest because now the principal has gone down. So the less the principal is, the less interest rate there is. That's how amortization works. So because of that, there's some debate on whether amortization dictates simple interest or compounding interest. And while amortized loans might look and behave like compound interest loans, they're really not. They're still simple interest because the compounding effect comes from the varying amount of principal being paid, but not on the actual interest rate. So you're not paying money based off how much interest is left. Your interest is fluctuating based off how much principal is left. So they're still simple interest loans, just to kind of, in that debate. All right, compound interest. What is it? How does it work? Basically, you're not only paying on the principal amount, but you're also paying on previous or rolled over or new interest that's being put into whatever loan or debt that you have going on. So an example is the best way to explain this. In this scenario, we'll take a $1,000 loan at 10% for 2 years. And we're going to assume that no monthly payments are being made, just to simplify this example. With simple interest, you'll have the first and second year of $1,000 times the 10% annual rate, which would mean $100 in interest for each year. So you're going to have a total of $200 in interest, and by the end of those 2 years, you will have paid, $1,200. $200 from interest, $1,000 from the principal. For compounding interest, you're going to take the first year times the 10% interest, which is $100, and then the second year, you're going to have the $1,100 times 10%. So it's going to be $110 in interest the second year. So the total interest is $210, and the total loan amount is going to be $1,210. So you're going to pay $10 extra because of that compounding interest that happened. So you can see if we had the same compound interest loan over 5 years, each year it's going to get more and more and more and more because the interest applies to the interest that already exists. So that can be a very big pit to dig yourself in. Some common compounding interest loans are home equity loans, personal business loans, credit card accounts because you're adding new purchases, you're only paying minimums and stuff like that. And of course they have monthly scheduling as well. So yeah, those are the 5 basic kind of things to understand when it comes to loan interest. There is no, mortgages are always fixed rate, simple interest, right? Sometimes you can get an APR mortgage or something like that. So there's so many different types of variations to the main basic staple loans that are out there, mortgage, car, credit, student, stuff like that. So in the next few videos, we're going to talk about some of the main stuff, how to calculate those, and how to best either tackle existing debt or what's the best kind of options for taking on new debt based off of your living situation. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask and I'll answer them as fast as possible. And hopefully this video helped you guys kind of understand a little bit better, how interest works when it comes to debt.